Look, I know, Harry. I can't wear you. I've just had my hair cut. I'm not ruining this perfectly pruned cut. Look, you're just gonna have to sit to the side for today, all right? Hi. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a very naked version of a Warframe guide, otherwise known as Warframe Addiction Anonymous Club. With a new me comes new videos, and it's remake time, almost like I've remade my hair. Now, it's been a while since we've made our Platinum guide, oh ye old years, where we started off with our content. And it's safe to say that although the base ideology of farming Platinum hasn't changed, I as a content creator have, and I feel like it's time we bring our old guide into a modern standard. Not to mention, I feel like I can cover more intricate ways of farming Platinum and help you earn some of that sweet cool Platinum in a better manner and make it look a little bit more professional than what we did previously. And to be fair, it's a new year, so why not go over them all in a more modern fashion and all that jazz? Let's start off by stating the obvious, shall we? A lot of people seem to get the idea that Warframe is pay to win, and I'm going to say the same thing now that I said in our previous video. To those people who say that, stop. Just take a seat right over there. Just stop it. Stop that. It's naughty. That's not helpful. Although Warframe is free to play and boasts a rather extensive microtransaction marketplace, it is important that we put aside the notion of Warframe being pay to win for the following reasons. 1. Paying to win means there's something to win. Warframe has nothing to win, and buying stuff with Platinum doesn't give you any distinctive edge over those who don't, other than you skip the grind and wait time. Although I suppose you would essentially win at having fun, which is important, because we all like having fun, right? 2. Although Platinum is the premium currency and is bought with real money, DE, in their wizened stance on fair play and community priority, have made it so Platinum can be traded. Which means if you spend a bit more of your time to farm valuable items and trade them in-game, you can earn the premium currency in the game itself. So essentially, spending money just makes things go quicker. Now, the part you've all been waiting for, how to farm Platinum. There are several core ways, and throughout this video, we will show you some of the obvious and some of the not so obvious methods of earning Platinum. To start with, it's worth bearing in mind on how you earn Platinum. So some key things to keep in mind are the following. Number 1, the amount of trades you are able to make is limited based on your mastery level, so the higher mastery level you have, the more trades you can make. Number 2, the trade chat is the most obvious way to flog off your stuff to people, using the code WTS, which stands for wants to sell, followed by an open bracket. That will then allow you to put in the name of an item and then link it so you can post it in the marketplace trade chat. Additionally, you can filter this down by using the filter options up in the top left, I believe. So if you're just looking to buy stuff, you can add a WTB filter, which stands for wants to buy. That way you can figure out who's selling what without the guff of everyone else flooding your chat with random nonsense of wanting to buy girlfriends. Number 3, kind of in relation to number 2, but there are outside resources that can help you with pricing and selling. These websites and other resources are the following. The Warframe Marketplace, which is a very useful website which literally does what it says on the tin, where you're able to sell items and put things up and generally get a better gauge as to how things are selling. Then you have Semlar, which can help with Riven values and just some more utility. And then there's also Discord servers. And there are several of these, so I'll link these down in the description below. And these servers will offer lots of avenues for you to find people to sell to, as well as also channels in which you can put your items up for sale as well. There are more, but the biggest tip when it comes to the pricing of an item is to see what other people are selling it for. Then price yours similarly or a bit higher. And a good habit to get into is to start at a higher price, and then if it doesn't sell after a while, then slowly start lowering it by small amounts over time. That way you'll find people who will find your price agreeable and it'll fall within a margin. That way you'll get a general gauge for the pricing of it in the future. At the end of the day, however, the process of selling is a steady and slow one, and sometimes items just won't sell because no one's looking for said item. So sometimes it might take a couple of days to shift an item even, especially for Rivens even, as the Warframe market thrives off of the notion of supply and demand. And really, when you're looking to sell something, not everyone's always going to want the item you're selling. especially when it comes to Rivens in that regard. Some Rivens can have almost no demand for them whatsoever. So trying to find one might take a bit of patience. TLDR to all of this is patience is key, and do your research. Now let's take a look at the methods in which platinum farming can be done, starting with the most obvious and then moving on to the more intricate. The first option for making a little bit of platinum is prime junk. One of the most commonest of ways to make little tidbits of platinum through Warframe that can be done vicariously while running your regular missions is to sell prime junk. Prime junk is essentially all the super common items you get that can drop like candy, such as bronze and super common fissure rewards. These items are low in demand and for their normal use, however, but instead they serve a dual purpose for being sold for ducats. So because of this dual purpose, often you'll find people buying prime junk for 2 to 4 platinum apiece, which really isn't all too much, but it's easy to do and it gets shifted rather quickly. And it means it takes little effort to make little bits of platinum here or there. And in the process of getting these prime junk items, you'll vicariously as well get some rare items that you can sell along the way, which you'll sell for a bit more whilst you're selling your prime junk. Things like the golden higher value items that you get from vaulted relics, and also the just generally more sought after ones. Option 2 are the syndicates and the syndicate items. The syndicates offer another way of earning a nice chunk of plat through trading and selling the higher tier items, as well as the augments. It's no secret that realistically most players will on average only have 3 of the 6 factions in the positive. So the way to make up for the syndicates they can't buy from is either spend weeks bashing their heads against a rep wall, or spend plat and trade with people who have the other factions they don't have in the positive. Although the augments will trade for a tidy sum, it's usually the Arcwing parts and the Captura displays that usually sell for the most. Arcanes and rare mods. Now this is a big one, but probably offers the most versatility in the ways of farming platinum. Ranging from lure drift mods to the arcanes and the eidolons, rare mods and arcanes offer a super easy trade that's always high in demand and usually offers a mid-tier amount of platinum. And rather than boring you with semantics, I'm just going to list you some high-value mods that'll work well for trading. I'm going to call the first one out specifically as Condition Overload. There are a lot of other rare mods in the game that drop from specific enemies, but Condition Overload is definitely one of the most sought after for core builds. And this will come from Uranus from Drakkar Butchers. It has a very low drop chance, but sells for around 65 platinum. Another of these specific mods is Augur Secrets from Plains of Eidolon Bounties. This is a bounty that can be repeatable whilst it's up and guarantees to be spawned a few times a day. Primed mods. These come from Barakatia and login rewards. Take as much advantage of Barrow whilst he's in a relay as possible, as you can buy as many prime mods as you want and then sell them for big bucks. Because people who aren't lucky enough to even be around when Barrow's here will definitely want to snatch them up. Any of the Eidolon arcanes, mostly notably Grace and Energize, with Grace selling for around 75 platinum and Energize selling for around 100 platinum. You can also then get additional rep reward arcanes for your Zors and other such things that come from different vendors as well. Either way, arcanes are a very easy tradable way of getting some platinum. The Lure Drift mods from the Lure Challenges. Super easy challenges that, although it seem a little bit complicated initially, get easier the more you do them. These can be farmed simply over and over again for a decent amount of platinum, and if you want to learn how to do these Lure Challenges, I'd recommend checking out my Lure guide that's going to be linked down below. The Speed Drift, Power Drift, and Cunning Drift are definitely the most sought after in these, but are also the rarest. Corrupted mods from the Orokin Derelict in the Orokin Vault. These are super easy to farm. All you have to do is grab the Dragon Keys you can get the blueprints from your clan dojo. Then you got to play the loneliest game of hide and seek within the Orokin Derelict, which will ask you to find the vault, which is very easily tellable because it's got a bunch of symbols on the front. Then, once you've opened it using one of said keys, you will get corrupted mods. The most sought after of these are Blind Rage, Transient Fortitude, Fleeting Expertise, and Overextended. And what list of these mods wouldn't be complete without mentioning the Nightmare mods? These come from, go figure, the Nightmare missions, which you get access to once you complete all of the nodes on a given planet. Now that's just some of the examples. Any mod that has effort required to get will usually sell for platinum, such as Berserker from the Void, the Aura mods from Nightwave, Blood Rush from Lure Spy missions, and the like. Really, the world's your oyster with how much variety there is with these mods, and really it comes down to a bit of your personal volition to get the most out of them. So do your research and find which ones are selling for the most, but mods are easy platinum, is what I'm saying here. Option 4 for making platinum are Rivens, and what list for platinum farming wouldn't be complete without the mention of Rivens? The Riven marketplace is a beast of a place, and this is where you'll probably make the most amount of possible platinum. Rivens are handily obtained by doing your sorties, and once unveiling said Riven, you get to play a goddamn game of RNG, hoping you get the weapons that you want that are sought after, as well as rolls that are then good for that weapon. And heck, if they're not, you can always use some Kuva to re-roll it some more to get the stats you want. Bearing in mind that the price of Rivens are very variable depending on the weapon and the role they there have. Keeping in mind as well that you'll have to definitely do some research as to which ones are going to cost more. Generally speaking, the things to consider with Rivens is much like most other pricing for things, is that it can be very wonky, but using websites like Semlar and your own personal knowledge and research, you'll get a decent idea for the pricing. But Rivens for things like Eidolon hunting weapons and new weapons usually always sell well, and with the right mentality, you'll likely make the most amount of bank with these. Keeping in mind as well that Rivens generally sell for a lot when they're unrolled as well. Even if they have bad stats, people will want to buy these so they can save on the Kuva. The reason being is because when a Riven is unrolled, it will cost less Kuva to roll. So people will often buy it for a slightly higher value than it is initially, just so they can save on that Kuva cost. And on top of all of that, if you don't want to go through the hassle of trying to find a home for a freshly unveiled Riven, you can always sell the Riven in its veiled state. A veiled Riven is very easy to shift in most cases, because who knows what may be lying beneath that veiled exterior. The price of veiled ones are considerably lower, but they'll shift incredibly easily, and the price will vary based on the category of the weapon and the difficulty of the challenge. Option 5 are Ayatan sculptures. Now, Ayatan sculptures are a very simple and easy way of earning platinum because it's basically a way of trading endo between players. What you can do, rather than trading it directly to Maru, is you can insert your Ayatan stars into them, which will increase the cost of endo that they're worth, and then you can trade them to other players. Now, generally speaking, a fully slotted Ayatan sculpture is generally going to sell for about 12 platinum or thereabouts. They're never going to sell for an extortionate amount, but they are simple and easy to trade and will shift very quickly. And the final option on this list for earning sick amounts of platinum are the Kuva liches. This is a new addition to our list, but it actually offers a really good way of farming some platinum. So essentially, when you beat the hell out of your Kuva lich and the option comes for vanquishing or converting, you'll want to convert the lich. Now, the thing to keep in mind here is the value of the lich changes based on the weapon, the potency of the percentage of the weapon, and the element the weapon comes with. And most importantly, if you get an ephemera, that instantly pops the price up. So with a higher value weapon they have and an ephemera, you'll generally sell things like this for upwards of 200 to 300 platinum. However, keep in mind, in order to trade these, you will need to make use of the Crimson branch inside a clan dojo. In fact, as an example, this lovely Kuva lich we have right here is our lovely friend Pud Cook. He has 59% toxin, he has an ephemera, and he's got a Kuva Karak with toxin damage. Now, this would sell handily for about 400 platinum, because it's a very high percentage, and it's a good element, and it's a decent weapon. Again, the price will vary. The lower the percent, the less ephemeras, the less value. And that's the guide. Hopefully this update has been informative and will help you earn loads and loads of platinum. So from me and Harry, we thank you for watching. If you've got suggestions for the way you farm platinum, then please leave a comment down below. Make sure you like, subscribe, share it to your friends and family and your pet goldfish and all that other stuff YouTube requires you to do to help us with the analytics. And we'll hopefully see you all in the next video. Isn't that right, Harry? It feels really weird not wearing him. My head feels awfully naked. Hopefully we'll be wearing him by the next video. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hurrah!